Hey guys, welcome to a Magic for All video. Today we will be playing on Discord and Spell Table. I have Discord pulled up on my fiance's computer, and as you can see, we got Spell Table set up. And today I am joined by Tuxboy, or Shmabu, Victor, and Big Smoke,
Hello.
also known as Nineball. Alright, so we're gonna go in clockwise order. I want you guys to tell us your commander and tell us a little bit about your deck.
Me first?
Yep.
Alright, I'm playing Ian Malcolm, also known as Mr. Jeff Goldblum. He says whenever a player draws their second card each turn, that player exiles a top card of their library, and during each player's turn, that player may cast a spell among the cards they don't own, exiled with Ian Malcolm, and you can use any kind of mana to do so.
Okay.
He costs 3 mana, and he's a 2/2. So you can cast stuff that is not your own. I'm looking to draw a lot of cards, make everyone draw a lot of cards, and do some weird things with your cards, and maybe give you my cards.
He's a KI-tician, not a rock star.
Nah.
Alright, Victor, who you playing?
I'm playing Alayla, Cunning Conqueror. She likes to make lots of little fairies, and she likes to goad stuff if I manage to hit you. So most of the deck is going to be fairies, they're going to be flying, and there's a lot of flash in here as well, a lot of cards with flash. I'm going to be trying to keep my mana open if possible.
Alright. And then Nineball, what are you playing?
My commander is going to be pure the volatile. This deck is going to be focusing more on legendary creatures. Basically playing EDH, Elder Dragon, Highlander in this aspect. Got to a massive board full of legendary creatures while burning my non-legendary creatures down. Also while healing me in the process with each non-legendary creature being dealt damage.
Okay. And I will be playing Gladriel Elven Queen. There are technically two commanders to this deck. Gladriel is one of them. She focuses on the voting side of the deck, where there's a lot of voting cards, where players have to do anonymous votes or secret votes, and then just taking turns voting. And then the other possible commander for this is Elrond, Master of Healing, because the other part of this deck is it is a big scrying deck as well. But yeah, it's voting and scrying. Alright, so with that being said, does anyone have anything that they want to rule zero?
I'm good.
Alright.
Nothing I can think of.
Okay.
I get 3, so I don't gotta say no land destruction. We're chilling.
Yeah. So I do have a rule zero I want to put out there. I do have a proxy in the deck.
Okay.
And that is a proxy of the One Ring.
Okay.
Because this deck, most of the cards in this deck, most of the creatures, to be more precise, are Lord of the Ring creatures. So I felt like it was only fair to put the One Ring in here.
That's cool.
Very
It's right on
thematic.
brand.
May I start us off?
Give me a second. I am getting my hand.
Okay.
So, for those of you watching the video, we always start from the top left and go clockwise. If you guys have never played off Spell Table before. I will keep this hand, and if everyone is ready, you can kick us off, Shmabu.
Alright. Good?
Yep.
Looks like we're good. I'm gonna draw for turn. I'm gonna play an island and pass.
Alright, I'm going to do the same. I'm going to play a Secluded Glen, and I'm going to reveal this Widwin from my hand so that it comes in untapped when I pass.
Also, for those of you who are watching, Victor is playing on Architect.
On Architect, actually.
Just in case you guys were wondering why it looks different from the rest of us. Yeah, he's playing on Architect, and so now you know. Alright.
I will draw. And I will play a plains and pass turn.
Okay. Let me back this up. I will draw for turn. Ooh, that was a nice draw right there. I will play a forest, and I will tap it into a Llanowar Elves. And then I will pass.
Alright, I will draw for turn. I will play a mountain. Tap 2. I'm gonna play, is it Signet? I'm gonna pass turn.
Alright. Go ahead and draw, drop an island, and pass right away.
Okay. This is going fast.
I'll draw. And I will be dropping a swamp. And I will pass the turn.
Okay. I will untap, upkeep, draw. I will play an island. I will tap 3 to play Elrond, Lord of Rivendell. 3/2. Whenever he or another creature enters battlefield under my control, I scry 1. If this is the second time this has triggered this turn, the ring tempts me. So I will scry. I will keep that on top. Then I will pass. Guys,
Okay.
put in the comments down below who you think is going to win this. It might take forever, but we will find out. And while you're at it, subscribe, turn on notifications, like the video, and let's have some fun.
Homeward path. I am going to.
Homeward path, that's an interesting one in there.
Yeah, so I can tap it, and then each player gains control of all creatures they own.
So you steal our creatures and you give them back?
I could, or if you take mine,
I need.
I'm gonna play my commander Ian Malcolm. So we know what he does. Mr.
We
Jeff
do.
Golden says that whenever you draw your second card each turn, you give your top card to the pile. I'll pass.
Alright. I'll draw and drop another island. Now let's see. I'm gonna tap out. I'm gonna play a Tegwil, Duke of Splendor. He's a fairy noble, 2/3. He's got Death Touch, he flies, and very importantly, he gives my fairies +1/+1. And when a fairy I control dies, I get to draw and lose a life. I pass.
I have a feeling Victor's going to be giving Shmabu a lot of cards.
Probably.
I mean, will I even want to play them? They're just fairies.
But they could be useful fairies.
Maybe
got a lot of
I'll just
tricks up
play.
their sleeves.
Maybe I'll just play my stuff.
Maybe. Oh, is it each player?
Unless I run out of cards. Yeah, everyone can play stuff.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. That changes everything.
Yeah, maybe you'll be the one with fairies.
I'll play
You-
a mountain.
Were you paying attention when I explained the card?
I was. I thought it only worked for you.
Nah, everybody can
Oh,
play stuff
wow.
that is
Okay.
not their stuff.
I'm
It's
sorry. I
the
guess
one
I
thing-
I guess I had the idea that it was only you that could do it stuck in my head because I'm a Laughing Jasper Flint player. So
Oh yeah.
I
Everyone
figured it
can
was
do
like that.
You can do one thing per turn.
I'll pay 3, and I would like to search for glory.
Yep.
A spell sorcery that says search your library for a snow permanent card, a legendary card, or a saga card. Reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. You gain 1 life from each snowman spent to cast this spell. There is 0 snowman spent to cast this. I will not get any life, but I will search my library, however, for a legendary card.
Will you pass while you search?
Will.
You will? Okay. In that case, I will untap, upkeep, draw. I know I told you guys about him earlier, and now you're going to get to see him in action. Island, tap 4 for Elrond, Master of Healing. The second commander of this deck. Funny enough, you're going to see him do his stuff, because Elrond, Lord of Rivendell will trigger, causing me to scry 1. And that will go, stay on top. And then Elrond, Master of Healing will trigger. Whenever I scry, put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to X target creatures, where X is the number of cards looked at while scrying this way. Whenever a creature I control with the +1/+1 counter on it becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, I may draw a card. So, since I scryed 1, I get to put a +1/+1 counter on one creature. I will put it on Elrond, Master of Healing.
While searching, I've looked up and have obtained an Eigonjo Castle.
Okay. What? So you have Ian Malcolm over there. You have your little fairy. And then 9 Ball is wide open. In that case, I'm going to swing a 3-2 at you, 9 Ball.
Take advantage. Go down 37.
And then I will pass the turn.
Okay. I'll untap and draw. I will pay 3 mana for Chasm Skulker. Whenever I draw a card, I put a +1/+1 counter on him, and then when he dies, I make an amount of 1/1 blue squids with Island Walk equal to the number of counters on him.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
that's an all-time favorite for drawing players.
That will be an issue for me when it dies, because I play islands. The only one that will...
Sanitarium is
the-
at land return. I may pay 2 and tap this land. Each player draws and discards. Alright, I think that is going to be all for my turn. I'll pass.
Alright, I'm gonna untap and draw. That's not bad. We're gonna play a swamp. Let's see. We've got the Elrond Master of Healing open to block with, right? It's a 4/4.
He is a 5/5 now.
It's a 5/5. That's quite big. Okay.
Leave
go
me-
ahead. I'm gonna attempt to drop my commander on the board.
Okay, and that's Alayla, Cunning Conqueror.
Yep, that's right. And then I'm gonna swing at you for 2 in the air.
I will take it.
And when my tag will connect with you, my Alayla triggers, and I will goad the Master of Healing.
Okay.
So he's gonna come swinging around at somebody.
There is
And with that,
another... There's another Dimir Fairy that I wonder if you have in your deck. It's the one that heals you whenever a
Probably, yeah.
fairy enters the battlefield.
I don't know. That sounds pretty new to me. I have one that pings the table whenever a fairy enters.
That might be it.
Sounds pretty good. It's Obira, Dreaming Duelist.
Dreaming Duelist, you said?
Yeah.
That is the one. I actually have on Moxfield a Dimir fairy deck, and Obira is my commander. And then, funny enough, your commander is in my 99. Alright, but yeah, it is your turn, 9 Ball. I apologize for
I will
talking
play-
over you.
All good. I'll play an Iganjo Castle deck that you see me search for earlier.
Okay.
I will then tap 2 white mana to cast a Flower of the White Tree. Legendary creatures I control get +2/+1 and it has 4/1. Non-legendary creatures I control get +1/+1. I will then proceed to pass the turn after that.
That enchantment is gonna have to go.
It's pretty good. That's
It-
an awesome card.
It is, especially the fact that his deck is all legendary creatures.
On the end step, I want to not destroy. I want to cast a reality shift on the big guy on the goated one on Ice Priest's field on the end step of Big Sin's turn.
The what?
On the end step, I need to want to cast a spell.
Okay.
End step.
Targeting Auron, Master of Healing?
Yeah, the goated one, right?
Yes. If you let him live, it will not be coming at you. It was never going to be coming at you anyway.
I kind of still want to get rid of it right now.
Alright, what card is that?
Reality shift, so it makes
Reality.
it exile it, and then
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And then I manifest top card. So that goes to exile, and I manifest top card.
And I think you get a trigger from it because it is targeting a creature with a counter on it.
Yes, so before I manifest, I do draw the card, and then I would manifest.
Yeah, before it gets exiled.
Oh! Question is, do I want to turn this face up? I might.
It's a creature. You.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a creature, and it's a pretty damn good one too. But then I will go to my turn. I will untap
Oh,
upkeep
that's
draw.
the Malcolm trigger, right? Oh, no, it
Is there
isn't.
any draw?
I only drew once that turn.
Yeah, that was during
Okay,
Smoke
yeah.
Stone, so.
I
Yeah,
will
now
play.
you can, start your turn. So
I will play a Rejuvenating Springs. I will. I will tap 4 to cast Galadriel. Right? Yeah. Yeah. Trigger Elrond, Lord of Rivendell. I scry 1. I'm keeping that on top, definitely. I will then move to combat. Shmabu, how big are your creatures over there?
1/1, 2/2.
That is going to kill Elrond. Nineball, you're doing stuff over there, so I'm gonna have to swing a 3/2 at you.
No blocks. 2/3. Go down to 34.
And then I will have to pass the turn.
Okay. Okay. Upkeep draw. Alright. Oh yes, and I get a counter on Guns for the card draw turn.
Yep.
How many cards does everyone have in their hand? There's 6 in their hand. Eyeball. 6.
I have
So,
5.
Ice. Okay, so the max is 6.
Smells like windfall.
Or Jessica's will.
I will have her cast a Jessica's Will.
Called it.
Yeah, you got it.
So that's 6 red. I will exile the top 3 for 6 Study, Island, and a Soul Ring.
I would
I
I would definitely play the Ristic Study and the Soul Ring. That would be great.
Yeah, I'm gonna tap 1 red. Pay 1 red from the Jessica's Will to cast Soren. I will a 2 red and tap blue here to cast Mystic Study.
Okay.
I will exile this island as I already played my land for turn. I will pay the last 3 red, Jessica's Will, to cast a Wheel of Fortune.
There's the wheel.
So everyone discards their hand and draws 7 new cards.
Alright, I discarded a Forest, Rivendell, Lothlorien Blade, Inscription of Abundance, and Legolas Greenleaf.
So everyone, once you have drawn your 7 cards, after you draw them, you put the top card into exile. I exile a Decanter of Endless Water.
Fuck me. I exiled a Plea for Power. That's terrifying.
I'm exiling an Opt.
I'm exiling Campbell, console allocation.
Guys, we need to be careful with the Plea for Power. Because it can give him either 3 cards or it can give him an extra turn.
Okay, I don't have any blue.
Isn't it mana of any type?
Oh, you are correct. Yeah, alright. So that's 4 mana to cast that. I think I should do that. That seems pretty good. Seems fun. Alright, let's cast the Plea for Power. So starting with you, each player votes for time or knowledge. If time gets more
I'm gonna go
votes,
for knowledge.
take an extra turn after this one. If knowledge gets more votes, or the vote is tied, I draw 3 cards.
In response to you casting that, I'm going to tap Llanowar Elves, and I'm going to cycle Tranquil Thicket. That was okay. But then yeah, it starts with you, Shmabu.
Alright, so I will vote for time.
Victor,
I will vote for knowledge.
9 Ball,
We'll vote for knowledge.
and I will vote for Knowledge.
Alright, very good. I will draw 3. I will put 3 counters on the Skulker. I am out of mana. I played my land for turn. I will go to end step and discard. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards in my hand, so I will be discarding 2 cards. I will discard. There. I'll discard a Steam Vents and a Mountain. And oh, I just got one more. I will discard. Wayfarer's Bauble. Alright. Carry on. I have a Decanter of Endless Water that is castable by anybody. Victor, you go.
Yep. Alright, I'm gonna untap and draw. Let's see what we do here. Huh. That is not terrible. Let's see though. I'm gonna draw a Dimir Aqueduct. Comes in tap, bouncing an island to my hand.
You want to float the blue mana?
I'm not gonna use it.
Oh, okay.
But I will swing the Alayla over at you, Tux Boy.
How many
That's
in the air?
3 damage in the air.
Gotcha.
And I will go to that gigantic Chasm Skulker.
Oh yeah, sounds good.
Yeah. Then I would like to pass.
At your end step, I
Yeah.
would like to tap 1 mana, and I would like to cast your op.
Oh, you'll cast my Opt, yep, sure.
I'll
So
say,
you can't do it on their end step. It's only on each player's turn. So Victor
It is.
Oh,
can do it
it
right
is.
now, but you may not.
no, wait, I can't play my own card, right? Like, I can't play my own Opt.
And
Oh,
you may not
okay.
play your own opt.
Yeah,
But
Okay.
so small.
everyone can only do it on their turn.
In that case, I'll spin the red and the black, and I would like to terminate the Chasm Skulker.
Sounds good. Okay, Rhystic Trigger.
I have 0 mana left.
Okay. I will draw that card and put a counter on the Chasm Skulker. I have no response to terminate. It dies, and I'll make 12 of those 1/1s.
Nineball, you kind of just made an issue for Victor and I.
A little bit.
Because now there's 12 things that we can't block.
I mean,
So it
I'll
sounds
put-
like a you problem.
It
draw a
is.
card.
On Big Smoke's upkeep, I would like to tap 2. And I will feed the swarm the Rhystic Study.
What the
Rhystic Study.
heck is going on?
I'll pay it.
Your hands.
Wow, this is interesting.
I will lose two life for that, right? And I will make
Yeah,
a fairy
it's
robe.
3. 3 life.
It's 3, yep. Done and done.
Alright, so already drawn for the turn. Already went through my game phase, now I'm at my main phase.
You were doing that. Were you doing that on end step to feed this one?
No, he did
Nope,
that at
doing it on Big Smoke's upkeep,
It's not as
because
instant.
it makes me a fairy. It's not
You
an
cast it
instant,
with
you're right.
flash.
You're right. That's my bad.
Yeah, so you get the mana back for Rhystic Trigger and casting it, and you get to put it back in your hand.
You're right. You're so right.
I will tap 2 mana. Casting this Talisman of Hierarchy. I'll play a mountain as my land turn. And then I would like to tap 4 mana for a Solemn Simulacrum. When it enters, I may search my library for a basic land, put it on the battlefield tapped, and shuffle. When it dies, I may draw a card.
Also, Shmabu, you should have had 2 Rhystic triggers there. One from his talisman, one from the Solemn.
Thank you.
Sure.
I'm focused on drawing right now. Are you paying for either?
I'm paying for neither one.
Okay, so I draw 2. I have a Rhystic, or I have a Ian Malcolm trigger. After those 2 draws, I exile a Ship and Reef. It goes into exile. You may not play lands. Carry on.
I would like to put a swamp onto the battlefield tapped. Well, then after after everything else is said and done, we'll pass the turn.
Okay. Untap, upkeep, draw. You are going to be drawing 2 cards this turn, Shmabu. I'm just letting you know.
Okay. Okay.
I will play an island. I will tap 3 to play Model of Unity. Whenever players finish voting, you and each opponent who voted for a choice you voted for may scry 2. It also taps out 1 mana of any color. So actually, you'll only get 1 draw. Cause now I know I can pay for Ristic.
Yeah. Are you paying for that one?
No.
Okay, so I'll draw 1.
I will tap for 3, and then I will also tap to pay for the Ristic with this one. You play Arister of the Council. Whenever players finish voting, each opponent who voted for a choice you voted for creates a treasure token. I scry X, where X is the number of opponents who voted for a choice I did not vote for, and then I draw a card. So, in other words, these are both kind of trying to entice you to vote with me rather than against me. I will move to combat. Well, first I will have a... I don't know if I did my Elrond trigger. I do not believe so, so I will scry. I will keep that on top. And then I will move to combat. Galadriel trigger. Since another elf entered the battlefield under my control this turn, starting with me, each player votes for Dominion or Guidance. If Dominion gets more votes, the ring tempts me, and then I put a +1/+1 counter on my ring bearer. If Guidance gets more votes, or the vote is tied, I draw a card. So I'm going to vote Dominion.
I'm going to vote Guidance.
Alright, Victor.
Victor?
I'm gonna vote Dominion as well.
And 9-ball.
Choose Dominion.
9-ball, you said you choose Dominion?
Yes.
Okay, so the ring tempts me, and I will make Galadriel my ring bearer, and she'll get a +1/+1 counter. Now, Victor and 9-ball, you both get to scry 2 and create a treasure. I get to scry 1 and then draw a card.
Treasure.
I will actually put this on the bottom, even though I kept it on top with an Elrond trigger.
On your draw, you have an Ian Malcolm trigger.
I do. I will exile a Gift of the Viper. Also, did Plea for Power go back into my graveyard? Or go
Yeah,
into
it
my
does.
graveyard? Okay. Gift of the Viper. It's an instant for 1 mana.
Okay.
Put a +1/+1 counter.
I
You
got it.
reach. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
I will move to so I am in combat. What is that 1/1 on your field, Shmabu?
There's 12 1/1s. This is
Oh,
yours.
yes. Okay. So swinging at you is not a good idea.
Probably not.
How big is Solemn over there?
Currently a 3/3.
A 3/3. And how big is your fairy, Victor?
We got a 2/3 with Death Touch.
Well, Elrond is not swinging at anybody, because he will die. But 9-ball, you're probably gonna get the card draw for this because you're most likely going to block. But I'm going to swing a 5/6 at you, Commander.
Your intuition is practically correct. correct.
I figured as much.
As I am going to go ahead and allow for Solacine Reactor to die.
Very well.
And when it dies, I'll draw a card.
Alrighty, and then after that, I will pass my turn.
Okay. Untap.
Victor and Nine Ball, I don't know if you guys scryed already, but that is a May. Just so you guys know.
Draw a
I
card.
did.
So you could
Already
choose
scryed.
not to.
I play River Fire Verge as my land for turn. I'm going to tap
Also,
Soul Ring for 2, this for 3, and 4 mana to cast Wild Magic Sorcerer. The first spell I cast from exile each turn has Cascade.
Okay.
I will tap 4. And I'm going to cast the Cabal Council of Allocation. Or allocate. How do you say that? Allocation.
it's allocation.
But there's a T in it.
Allocation.
Oh, okay.
Al.
He is a 2/3, and he has that ability. All kind. That will cascade for 2. You get Training Center, Mithril Coat, which I had that, Fishni, and Kami of the Crescent Moon. So I cascade into that. He's from the bottom. At the beginning of each player's draw step, that player draws an additional card. Cabal will now come onto the field. I will. This should be tapped. Yeah. I pass my turn.
In your
Yeah,
end
whenever-
step, I will tap 4, sacking the treasure, and flash in a Hyphae Trickster,
Okay.
triggering my commander to make a fairy roll.
Triggering Mystic Study.
Triggering Mystic Study, yep. I can't pay for it.
Okay. I will draw a card. I have to discard down to 7.
Alright. While you do that, I'm gonna untap and draw. I'm gonna drop Shipwreck Marsh.
And did you draw your additional card?
Oh, I did not, but now I did.
And then you have an Ian Malcolm trigger from that.
Yes. I exile a Talion's Messenger.
Okay.
So 1/3 flyer. Whenever you attack with 1 or more fairies, draw a card, then discard a card. Whenever you discard a card this way, put a 1/1 counter on a fairy. There he is, in case anybody wants to scan that.
Yeah, it's kind of discard for
Is the Ian Malcolm trigger a once per turn, or is it just whenever?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because you can
Once per
only
turn.
draw your second
But if
your
anyone
second card
else
once.
draws 2 cards on, yeah. If someone else draws 2 cards on this turn, though, they would also have an Ian Malcolm trigger.
Okay. So, now I'm gonna cast the Feed the Swarm. This is a sorcery.
Okay. Ristic Study trigger and Cabal trigger.
Cabal trigger, I
Lose 2 life,
2.
and I gain 2.
Yep.
I
Do
will-
I pay for Ristic? Yeah, I'll I'll pay for Rhystic
Okay.
with the Dimir Aqueduct, and I pay for it with the blue, floating a black, which I will use to cast a Changeling Outcast. Actually, I don't want to do that.
Well, I don't know.
But I'll still pay for the.
Yeah, I don't have any
For
other
those.
mana, so I just Resistivity for 3 life.
Yes, I lose another 3. 1, 2, 3.
Sounds good.
Okay. What now? What? Okay. Time to goat some stuff. I'm gonna swing with the Alayla and the Fairy Rogue. Let's do like this, with the High Fate Trickster and the Fairy Rogue. Right, they've got the least life. I will swing 4 at Tuxboy, actually 5 to get 1/1 from Tegwell, so 5 at Tuxboy, 2 at Ice Prince.
It's in the air.
It's in the air, they're both in the air.
Okay. So I'll take 5.
And I will goad the Wild Magic Sorcerer. And Ice Prince, I think I'm gonna goad your Commander, right? That's the biggest thing on your board?
It is.
Yeah, sure. I'll goad the Commander.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna go ahead and pass the turn.
Untap. Upkeep. Draw 2 cards.
Exile.
Then there-
Automatically, bro.
It'll be a Temple of Triumph.
It just stays in exile.
I'll play a Plague land turn. And then we tap 7. And I would like to cast a Ruthless Ultimatum.
Oh.
Destroy all non-land permanents my opponent's control.
Oh.
Cast trigger on Cannonball will allow me to lose 2 life.
Yeah, game 2.
Alright, any responses from the table?
I'm thinking about it. I don't know. I feel a lot of stuff.
What are you playing, 9-ball?
Runes ultimatum to destroy all non-land permanents that they don't control.
Oh, come on, don't do me like that.
You got anything?
No.
Okay, I will do something. Alright. I'm gonna exile a Arcane Denial to cast a Force of Negation. To counter Knockish as well.
Okay.
Alright.
Table has been saved. I'll have a Talisman Hierarchy for a white, losing damage, and sack a treasure for a black. And I'll cast Elias Telcor, Sadistic Pilgrim. Death Touch, whenever another creature enters battlefield, I gain a life, and whenever that creature actual dies, each opponent loses 1 life.
Yeah.
And I will pass the turn there.
In your end step, I will tap Shipwreck Marsh for a black, and I will flash in Changeling Outcast. The Hyphae Trickster gives it flash. I will make a Fairy Rogue.
Okay. Untap. Upkeep. I will draw 2.
Draw 2.
Exiling from the top a Legolas Master Archer.
Okay.
I don't like that, but I don't have any say. Wait, I'm about to do this is risky, but it's worth it. I'll play a forest. I will go. I'm gonna need green at 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn over Gladriel Gift Giver. I will choose to put a plot to create a treasure. So I make a treasure. I'm not gonna tap. Well, first I get my Elrond Scry. I'm keeping that on top. I'm gonna tap 3 to cast a Wood Elves. He searches my library for a forest and puts it onto the battlefield. It's just a forest card, but I will get a basic forest. And I had one more play, but I think I'm gonna stop there with the casting. Moving to combat, I will have another Gladriel Elven Queen trigger. I will again vote Dominion.
Yeah, I'll vote Dominion.
I will also vote Dominion.
Dominion.
Alright, so all 3 of you guys will create a treasure, and you may scry 2.
Okay, well, it's great too.
That's
Shmabu, that looks like a very banned card.
What are you talking about?
That looks like a Jeweled
This
Lotus.
is a treasure token.
Oh, you're using it as a treasure. Oh, okay.
no treasure.
I was about to say, that looks like a very banned card you just put on the battlefield.
It's a treasure token.
Okay, so I will get another +1/+1 counter, and the ring will go up to stage 2. And then I don't scry off of that. Oh, I get this ring is at stage 3 because Elrond as well, since I had to do it twice. I get another ring count. So now my commander not only can't be blocked by creatures with greater power. Whenever she attacks, I draw a card and discard a card. And whenever she's blocked, that player sacrifices the creature that blocked her at the end of combat. It has become very dangerous to block her. But yeah, so what I'm gonna do
I want to scry. I'd like to send.
is Shmabu, I'm going to send a 6/7 at you.
Okay.
No. On attack, though, I do draw a card and discard a card.
Okay.
I will discard a Sail into the West, because I don't need that right now.
I'll block with 1/1.
Okay. And then, yeah, it would have gotten sacrificed anyway, but yeah, it's already dead. I will then pass the turn.
Okay.
In your end step, I would like to tap Dimir Aqueduct, flash in this quickly, and when it enters, I have to sack it unless I return another creature to my hand. I'm gonna return the Changeling Outcast.
Yeah, I'll let you have it.
Untap. Upkeep, I draw 2. Then I exile a Fairy Mastermind
That's good.
for anyone to play.
What does that card do?
So it says a 2/1 with flying for 2 mana. Flash, flying. Whenever an opponent draws their second card each turn, you draw a card. And they're a fairy. You can pay 4 mana for everyone to draw a card.
I've already
I-
discarded my own version of it, so I might steal that. Might have to
Yeah.
come for that.
I think. I'll pay 1 red for a Elixir of Immortality.
Sweet.
I will pay Soul Ring for a Mind Stone. I will tap Mind Stone and is it Signet and 3 mana and 4 for the Struggle for Project Purity. At the beginning, when it appears, I can choose Brotherhood or Enclave. I think I would like to choose the Brotherhood. So at the beginning of my upkeep, each opponent draws a card, and then I draw a card for each card drawn this way.
Yep. Some risk study.
And that is gonna be that there.
Is that we may or we have to draw a card at our upkeep?
You
You
must.
have to.
Okay.
You must. Alright, I think if I do Gift of the Viper, that sounds pretty good. Alright.
How
I'm
much
gonna go
mana do you
combat.
have up?
I got 4 mana up currently.
Okay.
I'm gonna swing with the Wild Magic Sorcerer over at 9 ball, and it is a 4/3.
I am going to go ahead, even though I have a 4/3 blocker, we'll take the 4 instead.
Okay. On declare no blocks, I'm gonna pay 1 green, or whatever, I'm gonna pay a red mana rather, for the green mana to cast Gift of the Viper from exile. I believe it was in Ice Prince's
It was.
exile pile. And on cast, I will Cascade for 1. Next card was Windfall.
No, you would Cascade for 0 because it's a 1-drop.
Oh, 0. I actually don't think there's anything that can happen off that.
Just fail to find on Cascade, right?
So I can just shuffle pretty much.
Yeah, you'd exile your entire library, then just shuffle it back in.
Yeah, okay. There's nothing. But I just get to untap him and put a +1/+1 counter on him, and a Death Touch counter, and a Reach counter.
That will incentivize me to take 1 more damage.
And I will pass the turn.
Okay. In your end step, I would like to sack the treasure and flash Changeling Outcast back in. making another fairy. Then I'm gonna untap and draw what? 2 cards?
2 cards.
1, 2.
And then exile for Ian Malcolm.
Exiling a Gloomlake Verge.
That goes to exile.
I will be right back, you guys. I'm gonna go get some caffeine.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna brainstorm.
Okay. You lose 2 life, and I gain 2 life.
I do. Putting 2 cards back on top.
And remember, the Fairy Mastermind is here. Well,
Fairy Mastermind is there. It is a fairy, and it draws me cards.
I am back. What did I miss?
not much. Nothing yet, really.
A brainstorm.
They cast a Brainstorm.
Ah.
I feel like I'm setting myself up for something here. I don't know. I'm gonna pay 3. I'm gonna cast a Patchwork Banner, choosing fairies, of course. So all my fairies get an additional +1/+1, and it taps for mana of any color. And then everybody's got stuff to go now. This is quite fun. It's quite good. Let's make like this. So a Layla and a Fairy Rogue are coming at Ice Prince. A singular Fairy Rogue is coming at Tuxboy, and the High Fate Trickster is coming at Big Smoke.
How big is it?
So everybody gets +2/+2. So you'll be taking 3 from the Fairy Rogue.
Yeah.
Ice Prince takes takes 7, 4 of that being Commander, and Big Smoke takes 6.
We have 20.
It's all in the air. Yeah, sure. I'll go that wizard you've got again, since it's now got Death Touch.
You said how much of it was Commander?
4.
Okay.
I don't think it'll matter, but it's best to note it, right?
Yep.
On Smoke's board, I'll obviously go the Sadistic Pilgrim, since that's the only creature. And I guess the Galadriel again. Keep her off my back.
Which one, Elven Queen or the Gift Giver?
Just
The Ring Bearer.
Okay.
just to keep you in check, Ward 1 for the Sadistic Pilgrim.
Oh, Word 1 for the Sadistic Pilgrim. It has Death Touch. Let me see how much I got open. I've got 4 mana open. I won't be paying that, so it's not goaded. I cannot target it. But yeah, then I pass the turn to you.
I'll untap. I'll draw 2 cards. Exile on the top card will be a Sacred Peaks, which will still stay in exile.
Don't we also draw one at our upkeep?
That's only at the end of his upkeep.
Yep.
Only
Uh,
Tuxboy's upkeep.
Oh, okay.
turn, I'll play a Tyrite Sanctum. And then I will like to spend 8 mana to cast my commander. Upon entry, I will gain 1 life off of Alliance of 4.
I'm scared that
Depending on what he does, I might have a response. Okay,
Right now, it
that
doesn't do much.
that is kind of scary.
Oh, it'll kill all my squids. No.
I do
Yeah,
have a
very-
response to you casting your commander. You are currently tapped out, aren't you, 9-ball?
A treasure in Igonva Castle.
What?
I have an Igonva Castle and I have a treasure.
So a white and 1 of any color.
Well, he's depends on if he wants to use that up or not. I'm going to sack my treasure for blue, tap force for 1, and I'm going to dazzling denial that. Counter target spell unless his controller pays 2.
I would definitely pay 2 for that.
At least he used up some of his mana.
Alright.
I will proceed to move to my end step last turn.
Alright. Untap.
And the time bomb is
Okay.
the ticket.
What do you
Upkeep.
say? You
Draw.
draw an additional card and you deal damage to 9-ball.
Are you offering me that?
Yeah, I can make you draw another card on your draw step.
That would be fun.
Alright, I'll do it. Sack the treasure. And I'll tap 2. And I'll play Dictative Crewfix with Flash. At the beginning of each player's draw step, that player draws an additional card.
Okay, so I draw 3.
Sweet.
And then I will exile a Mirror of Galadriel. That was some pretty good draws right there. I'm gonna play a Forest. I'm gonna have to leave 3 mana up for that later. I have 4 mana available to me though. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 mana available. So that's gonna be useful later. Let me cast those now. I'm going to tap for 3 to play Arwen, Weaver of Hope. Each other creature I control enters the battlefield with a number of additional +1/+1 counters on it equal to her toughness, which is currently 1. Elrond trigger, I scry 1. I'm keeping that on top. I will then tap for 3 more to play an Elvish Arc.
Also reiterate
What?
before any rules announcement, handball would trigger on that attempted counter spell.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you would have lost 2 life when I gave 2.
Oh.
You just lose 2 life.
I was confused as to which card is it that's doing that?
Kambal.
How do you spell his name? Actually, wait a minute. I should be able to pull it up in a
K-A.
second. There we go. Yeah, second Elrond trigger off of Elvish Archdruid. I scry one, then the ring will tempt me. So now whenever my ring bearer deals combat damage to a player, each opponent loses 3 life. Okay, yeah. I will tap in my Llanowar Elves for an Arbor Elf. Both of these actually will come in with additional +1/+1 counters. Another Elrond trigger. I'm already going to keep that on top. And then I played land for turn, didn't I? Did I play land for turn? I don't believe so. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How many lands do you guys have?
I missed a few land drops, I think. So, I don't know.
I don't think I
6 of them.
did.
I have any, so.
I have 6.
Don't believe I played land because I have the same amount.
I don't think I've missed one, and I bounced one of my lands.
Well, I think I have not. Right? I'm just gonna say I did because I don't want to make a mistake. I will move to combat Galadriel trigger. I will vote Dominion. Yeah.
Dominion.
Yup. We are bribed as heck. I'm going Dominion.
Okay. So he will get another +1/+1 counter. There is the rig does not upgrade anymore when it gets when I get tempted. So
He subscribed to
yep, you all create treasure, and then you may scry too.
I'll put one to the bottom, one to the top.
Both to the bottom.
Your Commander 9 ball is concerning me.
your commander was goaded. That concerns
Your
me.
commander is goaded.
Yes, but I'm gonna have to do this now. If I'm going to do what I want to do. But then he also has his other creature that he'll just use to block anyway. That one has Death Touch.
It's a 2/3 with Death Touch, yep.
Yeah, that's
It does give all my creatures +1/+1 though, so I'm hesitant to sack it.
My creature is a 4th. Death touch. And then I also have a 9/8. 4.
yes. I'm worried about that 9 balls Death Toucher. He could just chump block my commander with it.
You're in a bit of a pickle.
I
What's
am.
the power and toughness of Galadriel again?
She is an 8/9.
8.
I have.
The joys of gold.
Actually, you guys might be able to help me with this. And I might be able to do a lot of damage to 9-ball. I'm going to tap for 3. I'm going to play Trap the Trespassers. It has Secret Council. Each player secretly votes for a creature you don't control. Then those votes are revealed. For each creature with 1 or more votes, put that many stun counters on it, then tap it. And I do lose 2 life. So, we all secretly vote for a creature that I do not control. And I think you guys know exactly who I want you guys to tap down.
I mean, I would say in incentive wise, if y'all planning on teaming up, just know that beware each other.
I made a deal 9-ball with Shmabu that if he gave me an extra card draw, I would deal some damage to you. I cannot do that if you have your Death Toucher, and I'm definitely not trying to kill your commander.
Okay, so this taps something that we vote for?
Yes, and puts X amount of stun counters equal to the amount where X is the amount of votes it got.
Okay, I got my vote ready.
I do too.
I do in a second. Got it.
Alright, who are we missing with their vote?
Oh, I know what I'm choosing.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, I guess we just reveal. I voted 9-ball's commander.
2.
I did as well.
I'm going to choose Wild Magic Sorcerer.
Which means his Death Toucher's still untapped, which means that this was all for nothing. That's what I was hoping you guys would vote for.
You didn't even choose a Death Toucher.
I figured one of you would. That was well. Now at least his commander has three stun counters on it.
That's crazy.
Does anyone have a way to kill that Death Toucher quickly?
I got no mana. Well, I do, but I don't know anything with it.
Did you
Also,
do the Cabal trigger, by the way?
that's what I was going to point out. What's the Campbell trigger?
For the Trap the Trespassers, I did take the
I
damage.
did mention it. I don't think
Yeah,
you know
okay.
that though.
Let me see. How do I want to do this? I might have to swing Galadriel at you, Tux Boy. But I have.
Boy
Okay,
almost has
I mean, I
40
can
life.
Can I block it?
If you do not, I can do damage to 9-ball as well.
How many damage?
To him or to you?
Oh,
To you, it would be 9 damage. To him, it would be 3.
I can't take 9 damage.
Yeah,
for 3
I
damage.
figured.
If you swing it at me, I'll just kill it.
Well, it would be a 9/10.
Yeah, and I have 11 1/1s.
That is true. If I swing at Victor could possibly kill it.
Can't swing. It's goaded by me.
Oh yes, that is true.
Yep.
So
I am.
no matter where I swing him,
I
Goater.
am.
it is going to die.
Goated. Where are you gonna swing it?
I said no matter where I swing it, it's going to die.
Okay.
Yes.
So you know what? I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna swing it at 9-ball, along with my Galadriel Gift Giver. On attack, Galadriel Gift Giver will give him an additional +1/+1 counter, bringing it up to a 9/10. So you have a 9/10 and a 4/4 coming at you, 9-ball.
I'll block your 9/10 with my Eliza 4 and take the 4.
Okay. Before that happens, I do have an attack trigger where I do draw a card and discard a card. I'll discard a Woodland Stream. Do I have anything I can do before he dies? I do not. Galadriel will die.
Wicked.
Which means the voting has temporarily stopped. And then I will have to pass the turn.
Okay. I untap. I have an upkeep trigger. Each opponent draws a card. I draw a card from each card drawn this way.
Alright, I draw.
I'll draw 3.
I draw.
And then I will exile the top. It is a Teferi's Ageless Insight. I draw more cards.
Wow.
Someone is getting extra card draw.
I will draw 3 more cards. Okay. I will tap. Let's go red, blue, another blue. That's 2 blue, 3 blue, and 3 red. I'm gonna cast Niv Mizzet Perun. 5/5/5 cannot be countered.
I am gonna have a response, so I am gonna tap 4, and I'm gonna flash in Fairy Artisans. And it's a 2/2 flyer, and it reads: whenever another non-token creature enters the battlefield under an opponent's control, create a token that's a copy of that creature, except its artifact, in addition to its other types. Then exile all other tokens created with Fairy Artisans. So right now, I get a Niv Mizzet, but if you play another creature, I will exile that Niv Mizzet and make a copy of the next creature.
Okay.
Now he's going to play another creature.
Niv Mizzet?
Probably.
I mean, I only have colorless mana right now, but I haven't played it yet. So now whenever I draw a card, it deals 1 damage to any target. Whenever a player casts an instant or restores 2 spell, I draw a card. I will play a
Yeah,
Shrine
and I
Spinner.
flashed that card, I also made Fairy.
That's correct. I will tap for 2 and a blue or red. And cast a Malekith Awakening. Put any number of cards from my hand on the bottom of my library, then draw them many cards +1. So I'm gonna put the Commander Sphere, a Nofeshni, a Sincubus Stupor to the bottom of my deck. I'll draw 4.
What are you?
What
or who are you dealing 4 to?
I'm gonna shoot the High Fate Trickster.
Also, was that an instant or sorcery you cast?
It so Niv Mizzet on their field draws.
And yours does as well.
And I have another Niv Mizzet, so I have 5 damage.
I'm just gonna ping one of your squids.
Okay.
And then, so my Hyper Trickster is a 6/4 right now, so you would have to
6/4.
hit it with all 4.
Okay,
Yes.
and then I have 1 more left over. Is there anything with 1?
Oh, no, nothing on my board has 1.
I'll just hit you for 1 in the face then.
Okay.
And did you draw for your Niv Mizzet?
I did.
I'm shocked you didn't just like smack 9-ball over there.
Nah,
No,
I
I
want to get rid of the half
The
trickster.
Hyper Trickster was doing a lot for me.
Yeah, I will go to combat.
Also, Ice Prince seems to be asphyxiating me. Troubling.
Well, your commander is going to kill most of my creatures that I need if he dies.
I'm gonna swing the 10 squids over at Victor.
Yup. I was waiting for it. I'm gonna take the 10.
That's gonna be my turn.
Can't do nothing about it.
Here you go, Victor.
My go, okay. I'm gonna untap. I'm gonna draw 3 cards, right? 1, 2, 3.
Exile freaking.
Exiling a Path of Ancestry.
1, 2, 3.
Dropping a Swamp.
Okay.
Paying 2 for a Bitter Blossom.
Eyeball trigger, you lose 2, I gain 2.
Indeed. Okay. That's a lot of cards. Guess I'll pay a blue and sack this treasure to cast that Fairy Mastermind that's floating around somewhere, right? I can do that.
Yeah, right here.
Sweet. There he is. I'll put him right here. Okay. And now I have to do something brutal, right? Else we're all getting wiped at 9 balls upkeep.
Possibly.
Let's see if anybody does something about it. I'm gonna tap Patchwork Banner for a blue. And then tap another 1, 2, 3, 4. Dimir Aqueducts taps for 2. I'm gonna cast a Raised Palisade and attempt to bounce all creatures that aren't fairies.
That hurts me. Wow. All my hard work for nothing.
Wish I had mana open, but I don't.
That will result. That is
I
a
take 2
first
on
round.
cast,
I
right?
will draw on Niv Mizzet on the cast of that though.
Yep, you will also gain 2 life off of cut off.
Ew. I'll that sounds. I don't want the board wipe to off.
I also lose mine if Mizzet to that.
Yeah, but like I don't have any mana, so I don't already blue mana, so that goes through. Kambal goes
Yep.
back to your hand.
Okay.
Next move. I will will tap the Horde Path so I gain control of Fairy Mastermind.
Oh, very nice. Yep, I forgot about that. Okay. Well, I got a lot on the board.
How much damage do you have on the board?
Trying to figure it out right now.
You could
35.
you could wipe out either me or Big or 9-ball right now.
I'm gonna make a mistake I always do. I'm gonna spread the love instead of taking somebody out.
I would say, no offense, 9-ball. I would say kill 9-ball, so that way he can't get his commander back out.
Actually, yeah.
So we don't have to worry about the board wipe.
It's 4. It's 8. That's 13. Okay. Yeah. Sure. This is what I'll do. I'll swing everything on the left here is coming at 9-ball. Sorry, that's enough to take you out. All my fairies get +1/+1 from Tegwill and +1/+1 from Patchwork Banner. And the rest is flying at Tuxboy, because he got 43 life. That's more than starting total.
It is indeed. So how much is coming at me?
So,
So you have to change the Outcast, who's also a fairy, so that's 3. Another 3 from the Fairy Rogue, another 3 from this Fairy Rogue, so that's 9, and then 4 from the Quickling, so 13.
Bringing him down to 30.
Yeah, I've got 30.
Goading the Fairy Mastermind, of course.
Meaning that he is in killing range for you next turn.
Yes. Indeed.
I guess I'm gonna have to call it.
If you
Yeah,
wish, you
sorry.
can stay for the rest of the game, 9-ball. That's up to you.
Those fairies, they do be flying.
Oh, well, he
And,
left.
that would be it for my turn.
Okay, so I will untap, upkeep, draw. That board wipe really screwed me over. I will tap Model of Unity
Yeah,
for
that's a really
Soul
good
Ring. Play Command Tower. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then I have 2 more to just mess around with. So what I can do is I can go green, green, 1, green, green, 2, blue, green, 1. Oh, I don't have the mana to do everything I want to do. Which is fine. But at least I'm starting to build my board state back up. I'm gonna get... Oh wait, how many cards do we draw? It's 3, right?
You draw 1 additional card.
1 additional? Okay. that's not useful either. So yeah, that's an Ian trigger. Mirkwood Trapper.
There's no Ian.
Oh, that's right. So he's going back in the middle of the library. Tap out just to cut. Well, I'll leave one blue because I can't use it. I'm gonna go Llanowar Elves, Arister of the Council, Arwen, Weaver of Hope. Well, okay, I'm gonna do Arwen first, and then I'm gonna cast the rest of them. So these 3 enter with +1/+1 counters.
Like, as your creatures come in, I'm copying them and then exiling them. So if you have any ETBs or leave the battlefields, let me know.
How are you bringing all these creatures in?
Mana. I tapped all my mana at once. I just tapped all my mana at once instead of doing it one at a time. Because that should be 3, 4. So that's 10 mana, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana. Just so you guys know, I'm not cheating. And then
So you played Arwen and then Galadriel?
I played Arwen, then Arister, then Llanowar Elves, then Elvish Archdruid. So you will get, in the end, you get an Elvish Archdruid, which doesn't really do anything for you.
Not really, and there's no ETBs in there, so it's not much
No.
that I get for that.
But these,
I have a missed fairy trigger.
the 2 dice, these 3 enter in with an additional +1/+1 counter thanks to Arwen. I should have done Archdruid second. Dang it, because then these would have entered in with 2 of them. But these entered in with 1, and then he gives these 3 1 as well. And then I'll move to end step. I will discard a Growth Spiral, and I will pass.
Okay. Untap. On my upkeep, everyone draws a card, and I draw 2.
Okay.
Okay. Then Island. Oh, 15. Let's start out with a red mana for a Blasphemous Act.
Yeah,
Deal 13 to each creature.
no response from me.
No response. I needed those. But you wiped.
Very Master my dice.
But you wiped his board, leaving you alive.
Oh crap. So Tegwell, whenever another fairy I control dies, I draw a card and lose a life.
How many fairies did you have?
Yeah, that's a good question. I had a Layla, I had Fairy Artisans, I had Changeling Outcast, I had Quickling. Then I had
Yeah.
like
I think you had
5 tokens.
6 tokens, 5, 6, somewhere. One of the 2.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do 6, right? So we'll do 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 life.
10 life and draw 10 cards. And you get an. Oh, wait, Ian's not on the field. Never mind. You don't get an Ian trigger.
No, he's not.
Yet.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow, and that is not optional.
Nope. Alright, I'm gonna
yeah, Tegwell. Tegwell dies as well.
a 3 and 6, another 3 to cast Niv Mizzet. Whenever I draw a card, deals 1 damage to a target. I will
Victor, you might be
tap for
dead.
2.
Oh, yeah, no,
and-
I have a response for that. I have a response.
Oh, okay.
I would tap black, and I'm gonna kill Niv Mizzet with a tragic Slip.
Okay.
Well, you would
You're gonna target
draw
him?
up. Yeah, I'm gonna target him with tragic Slip.
Okay. offer you cannot refuse.
Yep.
That's 2 card draws off Niv Mizzet that he can
So,
use to
I'll
get
go
you closer to
to-
death, Victor.
And I'll deal 2 damage to your face, Victor.
Ooh.
This
Squeaking by.
is concerning. I think Shmabu is going to win this.
I am out of things to do for this turn. I don't have any colored mana left. I'm just gonna go ahead and pass, I believe. I don't think I can do much else. I will. What I can do is tap a Soul Ring for 2 and tap Garried Sanitarium so everyone draws a card and discards a card.
Oh.
I have a Niv Mizzet trigger, so I'll hit you for 1 more damage.
Yep.
I will discard an island.
I will do the same. I will also discard an
I will discard Hidden Volcano, discard
Three, six, 9,
discard
10, 12.
11. I can keep
Then, yeah, I'd be able to do that.
keep
Okay.
Hidden Volcanoes. Oh, my resource. And then I'll discard these. Alright, that's everything.
Then in your end step, I would like to sack the treasures. And I will, petty theft the Niv Mizzet.
Is that
Turn him. It bounces him. It's a bounce.
He does get a Niv trigger off that, if
I
I'm
do
correct.
get an Niv trigger, and I'll hit you for 1.
Wait, then I can't do that. I can't do that. I cannot do it.
Okay, so
Because
you're
if I
not
do,
returning him?
Yeah.
What card is that? What card were you trying to cast?
Brazen Borrower. It has an adventure, right? But
Yeah.
the adventure part counts as an instant. So trigger.
Yeah.
In my upkeep, I lose a life and make a fairy.
Oh.
Okay.
You-
be careful here. Right?
yeah, you
Not
can't-
any instant or sorceries.
You can't cast any instants or sorceries.
And
Oh,
you
boy.
draw an additional card on your draw step.
Okay. Yeah. So, putting down. I am so scared. Is there any way I can gain life?
That is respectable. I would be terrified too.
There is
1
no way I
life, and then visit on the field.
I'm telling you, Shmabu's gonna win this. There's no way I'm.
Schwab's gonna win this.
There's no
Yeah.
way I'm going to be able to whittle down his 30 life before he kills me.
Can you give me life?
The only card
Oh.
that I could use to give you life, I'm pretty sure is in my graveyard. It is.
Oh, sorry. 1 second. Somebody's ringing on my doorbell. Is it alright if I step aside for a second?
Yeah.
Got no idea who that.
I love the Deadpool Blasphemous Act.
Oh, that's awesome.
He's just eating a chili dog, snapping the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah. Okay. I don't think there's much I can do here. So I'm just gonna go out with a bang, cause why not? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're casting an Archmage of Echoes. Whenever you cast a fairy, copy it. That's a shapeshifter, but not a fairy. I have this treasure.
Well, if the shapeshifter has changeling, then it counts as a fairy when you cast it.
1, 2, 3. We're casting a Sign of Una. Fairies I control get 1/1 and are shrouded.
Is that it for you, Victor?
Yeah. I don't know if there's anything else I can do. 1, 2, 3. No, there's nothing else. I just pay 2 to, I guess, place this metal mimic. It's gonna enter as a fairy, but that's it for me.
Okay. I will untap. Upkeep. Draw. Yeah, I still not gonna use it. I'm gonna play a Lush Oasis. It will come in tapped. It will deal 1 damage to target player. I'm gonna deal 1 damage to Shmabu. I know I could have killed Victor, but I feel like you're the bigger problem right now.
It's true. Are you gonna be able to deal with me though?
I don't know. We're gonna find out.
I have 1 colorless mana.
I'm gonna tap 3 for Elrond.
I'm gonna fuck you up with this mana.
I'm gonna tap 3 for Elrond. Scry 1. I'll keep it on top. I really don't care. Not gonna do me any good. Tap another 3. Play. Oh, this. No, that doesn't change anything. Sutina, Speaker of the Tajuru. When she enters, I search my library for basic land, put it on the battlefield tapped. I will go get a forest. I will then. I want to make sure I'm doing this right, though. Make sure I have nothing.
Is that a creature?
Yes. Oh, I was supposed to draw another card, but during my draw set, but I already shuffled. Oh well. Tap 3 for a Llanowar Visionary. When he enters the battlefield, I draw a card. Yeah, he's not good. Oh. That won't change anything either. I will then tap another 3 to play a Wood Elves. When he enters the battlefield, I go get a Forest card. Put it onto the battlefield. I will go get a normal forest. I will then tap the forest to play an Arbor Elf. And then I will have to pass.
Somebody else.
Oh, I do get a Ring Bearer. I will make Elrond my Ring Bearer.
Okay. Untap. Have an upkeep trigger.
We all draw.
My upkeep. I draw 2. I have 2 visit triggers. I'm gonna shoot
Both of us in the face.
Do you have any 1 mana or 1 toughness creatures over there?
I have 2. Why don't you just shoot us both in the face?
For 1. Nah, I'm gonna hit your creatures.
Okay.
Sorry, have I already been sniped out of the game?
No.
I'll hit you for 1 of them. I'll take you out. Okay.
Alright,
I'll hit 1 of the creatures for 1.
are you killing the Arbor Elf or the Wood Elves?
Arbor Elf.
Damn.
Good game, guys. Good game. I've got somewhere I've got to go, but that was a wicked game. I did not think I was gonna get
Quite the
blasted
game.
there.
Alright.
Alright, I think I'm gonna
It was
blast you now.
sorry guys for that. We were having technical difficulties with Spell Table, but we are back. What were you going to do, Shmabu?
Tap 4. Yeah, I'm gonna tap 4. I'm going to cast a Spark Double, copying Niv Mizzet.
Oh, no.
You
No.
ready for this?
No, don't do me dirty. Don't do me dirty
Oh,
like that.
yeah. Windfall.
No! Okay. That is
8 cards.
two. Yeah, that's game. GG's.
Alright, so yeah, I draw a card from Niv Mizzet, and then you take 2 damage.
Yeah,
And then I draw 8, and you
Mm.
take another 16.
16. Yep, that's more than enough to kill me. Well,
Good game.
that was awesome. I knew you were gonna win right as soon as everybody else got low. I knew that there was no way we were gonna kill you. But yeah,
No one was really hitting me that much.
because the other guy had a board wipe built into his commander.
Yeah, and I never went off. Thank God.
Yeah. Alright, well that was the video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Shout out to Smallboo and the others for playing for the video, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.
Alright, GG. You have a good night.
GG, you too.